For the second year in a row, the Dove Center and the Women's Resource Center at DSU have put up a display showing just what many rape victims were wearing when they were sexually assaulted.
The purpose of our What You Were Wearing exhibit is to remind us of the many myths that are propagated about sexual assault, and to help us remember that no one asked to be sexually assaulted or to be raped.
1 in 5 women on a college campus have experienced a sexual assault, and 1 in 50 men will be raped in their lifetime. The way to avoid it is clear.
The theme for this month is I Ask. It is to encourage and empower everyone, regardless of the scenario, to ask for consent, listen, and to accept answers without pressuring or coercing others.
It's an experience that no one should ever have to go through, but they do. Advocates against the crime of rape want people to know that it isn't because of what they were wearing.
Most of the stories that you'll learn about in this exhibit took place right here in our beautiful red dirt town. It's not just 1 in 5 college students, it's one of your 5 closest friends. It's not just 1 in 3 women in their lifetime, it's one of the 3 most important women in your life.
Rogers, a victim herself, said it's all about perception and making a change in our culture.
I grew up in a family of 3 girls, and I would have liked to hope that because sexual violence is something I survived, that my 2 beautiful younger sisters would have been spared. That wasn't the case. So part of understanding that it's real is understanding that it's really close and really personal.
Utah ranks 9th in the nation among sexual assaults or reported rapes. This display at the Holland Building shares stories from the youngest of victims to the oldest. And this year, for the first time, there is a display about a military man who was sexually assaulted in 2007 and couldn't share his story for fear of retribution.
He cornered me in a shower in a changing bay at a basic training unit in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and along with 3 other men physically beat me, raped me, and pretty much left me for dead. I spent 14 days in the hospital. After the assault, I couldn't report it at the time because of the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy, which has been repealed, was repealed the year after my assault happened. Should have been repealed a lot sooner. In fear that my career was going to be ended, I kept my mouth shut.
It took Paul Lloyd 5 years to share what happened to him. Lloyd was later given an honorable discharge. He now has a service dog named Luca, who helps him deal with his anxiety and PTSD from the traumatic event.
But it's my duty to stand up as a survivor and say, this is happening. And that's why I'm here. And that's why my uniform that I was wearing during the assault is hanging in this exhibit, because it doesn't matter if it's a dress, pair of jeans and a t-shirt, or even a military uniform. It's happening, and people wearing everyday clothes, it's happening to them.
Advocacy manager of St. George's Dove Center wants people to know that rape is a crime, and not about what the victim was wearing, but about dominance.
This is not a crime about sex. It may be the weapon used, but the actual motivation is control, dominance, power. I'm going to make choices for you that you can't make. I'm going to decide what is going to happen, not you, about your body. It's a crime. It's wrong. It's morally wrong. It's legally wrong. The perpetrator of the crime is always the one that should be held accountable, never the victim, regardless of what they were wearing, what they were doing prior to the assault.
Victims are sending a strong message to others to speak up about this horrific crime if it happens to you or someone you know.
Don't stay silent. Just don't do it.
From Dixie State University, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.